Hello everyone, I got this new TV series. It's called Haven. It's based off a Stephen King book, The Colorado Kid. I watched the first season. I'm very impressed with the show. It's like a cop show mixed in with supernatural, so it fits perfectly, I thought. In case anybody out there has never seen Haven, definitely check it out. It's worth a watch. Haven's about this FBI agent named Audrey Parker. She's going on vacation. Getting ready to, vacation time banked up when her boss tells her that a person's been released from prison and he wants her to follow him to make sure he doesn't do anything wrong because he's on parole. And she says, well, I was going on vacation. He says, if you could do this one thing for me, you could take an extra month's vacation. She's like, okay. Where is he going? He's going to this small town called Haven. It's like a small awning. He said, he said, it's like way off the map. So she finds it, and as she's driving there, the ground starts shaking, and a big crack opens up in the road, and her car goes in the crack. Well, she gets out of it, and this cop car goes by, stops to see if she's okay, and his name is Nathan. So she tells him who he is and what she's doing there. Nathan's like, okay, well, least I could do is take you to the town, and we'll get a tow truck to pull your car out of the crack hole. He says, is this normal? He says, yeah, cracks are open all the time. He blames on like a fault line happening. He said, plus we get like small earthquakes and stuff. So like, okay. So she goes to the town, and eventually she finds the person she's looking for, but he's dead. Somebody killed him. So she starts asking around the town, like, who killed this guy that just got out of prison and stuff. And you meet this guy named Dave Crockett. Duke Crockett. He's a smuggler. He smuggles stuff in on his shipping boat. Like illegal stuff like wine, money, guns, jewelry. You name it. If it's illegal, you pay him money. He smuggles it in and smuggles it out. He never looks in the boxes, though. That's the thing. He gets a call saying, hey, I need like 40 grams of this high type of drug smuggled into Haven. And I need this smuggled out and all that. But he doesn't look in the boxes. He just goes by what's on the paper. He's filthy rich, got tons of money. He ends up buying a restaurant, turns it into a bar. And he's one of the last suspects to see the guy that Audrey was sitting there to keep an eye out for alive. He said, well, he owed me a lot of money. Came back to town. I tried to collect on it, but he didn't have any, and that was it. We got a little bit of fight, but I never killed the guy. And he looks at Audrey, like, you look familiar, by the way. And she says, okay, yeah, whatever. So she goes with Nathan. They eventually find the person that killed the guy. And it's Warnham. But here's the thing, when they go to arrest her, all of a sudden this massive storm happens, like a twister or tornado, fog, thunder, lightning, and Audrey's like, what in the hell is going on here? Like, this weather's messed up. But when they arrest her and all that, the weather's getting worse, and this guy shows up, calms her down, and the weather goes away. And Audrey realizes, like, okay, that's kind of weird. So she goes to leave. She calls the boss, tells like, hey, we got the guy died, but we got the person that did it. And then she says, I'm going to head back out once my car's fixed. And her agent's like, well, you know what? Just stay in Haven. He said, I heard it's a nice place, nice community. Take your vacation there. So Audrey does. And Audrey, as she's going for the town, there's these two old guys that run the newspaper company. One of them is played by the late, great Jim Laley, the guy that played Jim Laley on the Trailer Park Boys. He plays one of the newspaper people. And he calls her Lucy. And she's like, why would you call me Lucy? He says, oh, I'm sorry. You just remind me of someone. And she's forgetting that a lot, right? So she asks him, and he shows her an old picture of a Colorado Kid murder investigation article. And the woman that found the newspaper is her. Looks just like her. She's like, maybe that's my mom. And then she explains that her mom, she was adopted. She never knew her mother. So she started asking around the town about this Lucy. She finds out her last name's Lucy Ripley. She was actually a cop. at the precinct there, worked with Nathan's father, who's the lead cop in the precinct. Which, by the way, he treats Nathan like hardcore. Like, Nathan's got to be spot on doing this right, doing that right. And he likes Audrey. He likes her a lot. So, he convinces Audrey's FBI boss to let her become a cop at Haven. Audrey decides to take, while I'm on vacation. He says, well, I know. He starts telling her stuff about her mother and all that. In return, she becomes a cop of the Haven police force. Then she's let in on the secret. Haven isn't exactly normal. And she says, what do you mean by that? He says, you were sent here for a reason. And she says, what? He said, there's people here that's got supernatural abilities. We call them the Troubles. And she's like, the Troubles? So it's like when you arrest that Warnham, right? And the weather got all freaky. And then there was another case where she arrested somebody else, but every person he touched turned right old and old and turned to dust. Like, she's like, yeah. I thought it was just like a medical conditions they had. It's like, no, we got troubles, like supernatural shit. He said, and you're good at handling them, it seems. And Nathan too. He said, Nathan's a trouble. And she looks at Nathan, who turns out to be her partner afterwards, becomes a partner. He can't feel no pain, can't feel nothing. Like if somebody shoots him with a gun, nothing. Somebody smacks him across the face, doesn't even faze him. If one makes out with him, he can't feel nothing. So Nathan feels like he's like bulletproof, right? Because he can't feel nothing. But he can feel like when Audrey kisses him on the cheek, when Audrey touches his hand, he can feel that. So he's like, there's a connection there, right? Like, why can I feel what she does to me, but I can't feel what no one else can do to me, right? Audrey, because we're good friends with Nathan. She becomes good friends with Duke. Duke ends up getting in trouble by this supernatural guy that shows up. And they take him out. And Duke finds there's this mysterious tattoo on his arm. And Duke finds out by this other person that's got supernatural abilities that she can like see the future. And before she dies, she tells Duke that a man wearing that tattoo is going to kill you. So Duke's determined to find out anything he can about this tattoo, what it's about, what it represents, and find out how many people have it. So he's freaking paranoid, right? Because somebody with a tattoo is going to kill him. Well, he meets up with this woman named Janice. And she's like the medical examiner of the town. And they start hitting off, like because she's hot looking. And she tells him that her great-grandfather had that same tattoo when he was in the army. So they do some investigation, and there's a lot of people that has that tattoo. Like, for instance, the guy that runs the newspaper company with the guy that played Jim Neely, Vince. Jim Neely's Duke. No, wait. I forget his name, but that guy's called Vincent. Vincent has the tattoo. Vincent says it's part of my great-grandfather had it. He says like a family crest symbol. So then they start digging further into this mysterious tattoo and find out that it's passed on from certain generation. And Duke's like, what is it about this tattoo that, like, for instance, he says, yes, your great-grandfather had it. Vince's grandfather had it. He has it. Nathan's father, not the cop, you find out Nathan's father is actually a other guy that got sent to prison that came back to Haven later on in the last episode of season 1, and Nathan's adopted father kills him to try to keep it a secret, but secret comes out. He has the tattoo as well. Well, as Duke thanks Janice for all the help, as Janice leaves his boat, she has a tattoo on the back, but it fades in and out, right? So Duke doesn't see it. So I'm curious if she's the one that's supposed to kill Duke. Have you ever seen the movies Pumpkinhead? The guy that plays like the main character in that, he plays the Reverend of the town. And the Reverend starts a lynch mob thing where like these people are out to kill the Troubles, like the people with the supernatural abilities. They're out there to wipe them out of Haven completely once and for all, wipe them off the map because they're sick of dealing with them throughout the years. So Audrey and Nathan has to deal with the Reverend and his posse now. Nathan's father dies. He's actually the guy. His ability is he causes earthquakes and stuff. It gets out of control, so he ends up dying. So Nathan feels terrible because he never really got a chance to tell his adopted father how much he appreciated taking care of him and stuff. And then season 1 ends with 2 cliffhangers, folks. One, Audrey Parker realizes her mother that was in the town called Lucy Ripley, it's her. Audrey Parker. That was like, whoa, that blew my mind, right? Because there was a trouble there that his ability was, like, he shook a lot, right? Every time he shook very fast, he phased in and out, like. But as she was able to grab hold of him and he would stop phasing. And he says, your mother was able to do that, he said, when she was here years ago. He said, okay. She said, you knew my mother? He says, yeah. He said, she had this scar on the bottom of her foot and all that. And Audrey's like, she has the exact same scar. And then he says something else that Audrey also knows about herself, like a birthmark that she has. So Audrey digs further into the Haven's back history and finds out that she actually was in Haven many years ago, but she has no memory of being there whatsoever. And the other cliffhanger is she tells Nathan about this at the end of season 1. She says, I'm Lucy Ripley. And Nathan's like, what? And Luke's like, what do you mean? Because Luke, the guy with that smuggle stuff on the boat, and that's, worried about this guy with this person with the tattoo out to kill him. He says, well, he's like, well, wait a minute. If you're Lucy, then you give me this. And he gives her a locklet with a picture of her mom that she thought was her mom inside of it, but it's actually her. So Audrey Parker has been in Haven years ago, folks. But she has no memory of being there. She was gone by a different name, and she did the same thing. She became a cop. She was able to help fight off the supernatural troubles. Some are bad people that use the powers for bad. Some people, they're just nice, calm people that have supernatural abilities and don't know how to control them. So they try to help them get better. Like, for instance, one guy is blind, but his shadow goes around, kills people that the guy deems a threat. Like, if he goes walking down the street and hears, like, a commotion going on with this, like, guys robbing this lady, his shadow kills the robber. Stuff like that, right? So they actually help him control his shadow, get it under control. Like, there's another person that anything she draws, like, for instance, if she draws like a building and she crumples up the paper and throws it out, that building collapses. And if she draws a guy and, for instance, and erases him, he erases out of existence. That was an awesome episode. I felt bad. She drew her boyfriend, and then she got in a fight with her boyfriend, so she erased the picture. Then her boyfriend started, like, when Audrey was talking to him, like, his arm disappears, then one of his legs disappears, like, what the hell is going on here? And then he disappears, and then she draws him again, so he comes back to life, like. The other second cliffhanger was an FBI agent shows up, and her name is Audrey Parker. And now there's 2 Audrey Parkers, that's FBI agents. It's a really good show, folks. Definitely check it out. I can't wait to watch season 2. Season 2, it's going. Season 1 ended with the Reverend telling Nathan that when his father died, that since you're now the new chief of the police force, he said that me and my posse, we ain't scared of you. We're taking out these people with these abilities called the Troubles. Like, we're taking them out left, right, and center. And Nathan's like, I'm troubled, right? Because I can't feel nothing. Reverend's like, if you get on my bad side, we're going to take you out. And it shows him of some bunch of people throughout the town that are sick and tired of the trouble being there. So season 2 looks like it's going to be about Nathan, Audrey, dealing with this other FBI agent named Audrey. Also dealing with the Reverend, his posse, taking out the troubles left, right, and center. And Duke, he's worried about this mysterious person with a tattoo out to get him, not knowing that this girl he likes, Janice, has the tattoo that can fade in and out. And he's also worried that Vincent, the guy that runs the newspaper company, with the other old guy, he has a tattoo as well. So he's worried that's him. I think it's going to be somebody completely different that shows up at Haven with that tattoo is the one going to be trying to kill Luke there. I can't wait, folks. Definitely check out Haven season 1 if you've not seen it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And I binge watched the whole heck out of the first season when I first found it on DVD. I got the first 4 seasons. I could watch season 5 on YouTube and that, but I definitely got the first 4 seasons on disc. I'm already popping in season 2, episode 1, so I'll be back later on with a recap of what happened on season 2 of Haven. The short episodes too, there's 13 episodes per season. So that's an awesome amount of episodes per season. I was 24 episodes one season, 30 the next, or 13 each season. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.